I'm just going to get us started. Hey, everybody. Hi, it's another podcast from Sample Seattle.
And we're back.
And yeah, we're back. And in this episode, I've had a curiosity, because as a kid I loved magic, and I'm working with the American Mystifier, and I'd like to know how he got to become the American Mystifier.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to share a little bit about my journey and the fun parts, too, because I think that's what really matters. Now, I'm sure some people are probably familiar with David Blaine. Man's basically almost killed himself like multiple times.
Exactly.
It's quite fascinating. So it's no surprise that he's one of my early inspirations. But I have to say, the one thing that I really enjoyed about magic, which is what stood out to me, was the ability to share that feeling with other people. And so that's something that when I was in high school, it was a friend of mine. He had dragged me out on the street. Can you just imagine somebody dragging you on the street? You just started performing there in the middle of the street. And he was doing things very similar to what I saw on TV. And I want to demonstrate some of that today, actually, to kind of give you an example of what I mean. But can I actually have your hands?
Yeah, sure. Hang on.
All right. Don't worry. I'm not going to rob you or anything. I'm just going to put this on your fingers right here.
Okay.
You're going to clamp down tight.
Okay.
All right. And now you yourself are actually going to become a professional magician as well.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, you heard what he said. I'm a professional.
He doesn't even know this. Everybody has a little magic within themselves. So one of the things that's just really intriguing to me is this concept that matter is not as solid as we think it is, right? And you'll notice that this can't move this way, it can't move this way, right, as well. You can see very clearly on there. But if you focus here, you might notice that it begins to look almost as if it's able to actually phase through in your hand.
Whoa, dude.
Right?
Nice.
The power of imagination is an incredible thing. But you didn't know you could do that.
No, I did not. And folks, I'm sitting here, you saw it happen, and I had my hand clamped down pretty well, and I didn't move them. There's no camera magic going on here. It's straight up magic.
Yeah, so stuff like this, I mean, there's much more, but being able to share that with somebody and see it happen close up is an amazing thing. So that's one of the things that I'm excited about, because if I remember right, tell me, so there's two different packages. There's a lower package, and you can only really get it, I think 60 is the other one if it's at the door, but maybe 45 if you come early.
Oh, okay. I love the way he introduced this. So, folks, this is how it works. We've got an advance ticket that's priced at $45, and if you are one of those procrastinators and we still have tickets left, you can get it at the door for $60. And what he was talking about is our VIP package. And why our VIP package was so much more than the $45 advance. The VIP package goes for $150, and what it entails is you won't be standing like the people who have general admission. You will be sitting at a table that will be in the same area as the performers, including our host here when he's not on stage.
Yeah. So 150 is going to get you an up-close seat. You're going to be right up there in front of all these people performing. You get a chance to come up on stage with me, which is really cool because here's the thing that's really interesting. If you're bringing somebody, like I said, if you have people in your life you want to share something special with, and you bring somebody with you, like maybe a date or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope it's your wife.
It's a date.
No, we don't want to No, we don't.
But it can create some real magic to give them that experience. At the VIP, you're going to get that opportunity to be there and just imagine that. Seeing this, experiencing it up close, and then being able to see those musicians playing. And I heard, what was it, there's some possibility of different types of wines?
Well, yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a full event. And we've got a concept of a pop-up wine tasting. And we've invited several of our local Western Washington wineries to participate. We're waiting to hear back from them. And oh, by the way, if I haven't reached out to you and you're a Western Washington winery and you'd like to participate in our pop-up through our 3-day event, please reach out to us at sample-seattle.com. Attention, wine merchant for pop-up in Leavenworth. There you go.
There. No, I like that. Yeah, and I mean, and that's one of the things I just thought was really cool. I love wine, and I know there's many people out here who do. So this is going to be an extra thing that you get to just be a part of and sample.
Oh yeah. That's the whole concept. Sample Seattle.
Sample Seattle.
Yeah, and that's the concept. And well, $150 to sit at a table to go up on stage. That's nice, but wow, that's still a lot. But no, folks, that's only part of the package.
Now, I know some people are concerned about budget for different reasons. There's people that we know that have been laid off. We know that Christmas is coming through.
Mm-hmm.
People done their shopping. So there was an option for people that's like even cheaper in certain cases. Because they have to come up and they have to like get a hotel and stuff, right? And we're worried about that, so we understand. We have an option.
Yeah.
You can just come up for the day.
Yeah, well, you can come up for the day. Or if you want to spend the night, you can do what a lot of people who live in the local area have discovered. You can get a hotel or a motel or other lodging much cheaper in Leavenworth.
Oh, okay.
No, in Leavenworth, cousin city of Wenatchee.
Okay.
Wenatchee is down in the valley, and it's a convention city, so there are lots of accommodations down there. And there's nothing going on during MLK weekend in Wenatchee, and Wenatchee's only 25 minutes drive away. Excuse me, I shouldn't say 25 minutes. I should correct that. I don't want people speeding.
Yeah, you don't want
I don't want people speeding. I should say 25 miles away. That in most cases only takes you 25 minutes to get there. That's a better way of saying that. So you're only 25 miles away, and then there's also a small city that's in between Wenatchee and Leavenworth called Cashmere, which offers lodging opportunities too, at a much better price point than you're going to find in Leavenworth. Normally Leavenworth is expensive, but on top of it being expensive, the weekend is also going to be the weekend of the Winter Fest, which drives prices up and drives people into the city. Yeah. So if you want to do this and you're on a budget, and as we've said, we've got friends who've been laid off and friends that are hitting on harder times but still want to come out, and they don't want to try to drive all the way back to Seattle or wherever after the show. Wenatchee is only 25 miles down the road. The show is finished at 9 o'clock, and you have a chance to go out after our show, wander around Leavenworth, and be back in Wenatchee by 11 or 12 at night in your hotel room, experiencing in your head what you experienced live and in person earlier that evening. Yeah. So that's an option. And to go back to that VIP ticket, the VIP ticket is also an invitation to a private function.
That's right, yeah.
At my farm, which is Masonhoff Farm, which is a permaculture farm, which is halfway between Stevens Pass and Leavenworth. And we're going to have a big, huge bonfire.
Ooh, bonfire.
We've got a gigantic command tent that holds about 100 people.
Oh.
And so we're going to have music, we have more food, we have more wine.
Even more, yeah.
And that will be starting at about 9:30 and which will go to 12:30. So you'll be able to go from 9 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock, we say goodbye to you. You'd have someplace if you are going to do something in the city. But now listen, the only people who are guaranteed to go to this are the people who get the VIP tickets. Now, if you are someone else who's interested and you get a general admission ticket, we do have some passes for $40 for those people who are lucky enough that don't have a VIP to and still want to make that big outdoor adventure. We're up in there at about 1,000 feet above Leavenworth, so we got the snow.
Okay.
We got the big bonfire. We got the big tent that's heated. We got music going on, more food.
And so we're going to be there.
Oh, yes,
you're going to be there. So you get to actually just hang out with us.
And that's what it's about. It's the after show party, so you can just hang out, and it's in the country, so you basically, it's on my property. We have about 14 acres out there, so we're not asking people to go crazy, but you can listen to some music, hang around the bonfire, meet folks, have a great time. It's over with about 12:30. Now, you have to understand, where we're at, parking is not free, nor is it cheap. So if you are a VIP, part of your package gets you preferred parking and free parking on the farm.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that VIP package is getting you the ability to park there and be one of the first people in.
Exactly. And you have preferred everything. So all of a sudden, that $150 price point does not seem to be that expensive when you see that it includes that evening's concert, that evening's after show and parking at the after show. And of course, as we mentioned, a table right near the performers and a chance to be on stage helping our magician in his efforts to entertain.
Yeah, it will be a lot of fun, and you guys will be the star of a show. One of the things that I love to do, if I bring you up on the stage, is give you a chance to shine as well. And I know all of you have it in you. And you know, it's always fun. Like if you bring, like I said, that friend or that family member that you're with, and you're there, and you get to see them go up there. Like I said, it's one of the most memorable things you can do. And I don't remember the full list of all the bands. Would you tell them a few of the bands that they could actually be there with, basically see up close and personal?
So if you're coming out on Friday night, then we've got your country and your country rock, along with southern rock and blues taken care of. We start the evening off with a group called Lubbock. It's a group that is basically homage to the city in which I went to the last years of high school and went to Texas Tech University.
Okay.
And I learned to really love country rock. So we call that Lubbock. And then it goes into the next band. The next band is Hard Days and Hard Nights. They play Southern rock and blues. There's no better describer for Southern rock and blues than Hard Days and Hard Nights.
Right.
So, if you're there on Friday, that's what we have to offer along with the spectacular talents of the magician here, the American Mystifier. Now, if your forte is not country, and let's say you like old school soul, and you like old school funk, then we're going to have a great time shaking your rump to the great sounds of the cover songs played by who? Boundary Bay.
Oh, Boundary Bay. All right. Well,
with a horn section.
what are some of the crazy things? Where have they performed?
No, see, this is the great part. The great part of this is part of my lip slip is that all of these performers have played with other groups and other formations, but this will be the first time they will play together as this formation, as this group called Boundary Bay.
Oh, okay.
And then thereafter, and that same evening, for those people who remember the days of bell-bottom platform shoes and double knit suits, we got funk. 70s and 80s funk from a group called Stankfoot.
That's not funky at all.
No, we got Stankfoot. Stankfoot is all about bringing the party, Parliament Funkadelic sort of style, fun music. That's what it's all about. And then, of course, our night for sophistication, for those people whose palates are a little bit finer than most, we have reserved Sunday night. Sunday night, we're going to be presenting our jazz evening.
Our jazz evening.
Yes.
We're going to have that beautiful flavor of music. You know, it's a classic. I have to say that, what would you say the best part about jazz is compared to the rest of it?
The ability to freestyle and syncopate at the same time.
There you go. That's a good description. Yeah, it's very different. You know, you're not going to have a lot of music has very similar feel, but with jazz, you're going to get so many different types, even just in the same song.
And for that, we're going to start off on that Sunday evening with a Latin group called Danza del Sol for Sun Dancer and Spanish. They're going to bring a variety of different sorts of Latin jazz. And then, once they have done their sets, of course, in between their sets and before their sets, there'll be the magician, the greatest of all greats, sitting next to me here.
You're giving me too much.
Yeah, I have to.
I have
American Mystifier.
Yeah, I have performed for Amazon Indeed. I've done some fairly interesting.
Yes, you have, and some very notable people besides Amazon. Because before, I know we always rabbit hole here. Don't worry, folks. We're going to get back to Sunday. But before we get back to Sunday, why don't we get a little bit of who have you performed for?
Yeah. So I performed for a lot of different companies. I did a big event for Amazon last year with over 500 people at the live event itself, but more importantly, it was streamed across the country to thousands.
Wow.
So massive events like that, I've done many, and I'm a regular performer in a lot of the fairs throughout Washington. So some of you might have seen me at some of them. It wouldn't be that surprising to have definitely seen me there. But I think one of my favorite of all times, I can't give out the individual's actual name, but he was one of the owners of one of the biggest glass companies in America. And the thing that was so wonderful about him is he was a traditional Italian, brought me into this restaurant that he owned. Wonderful Italian experience and food. And so that's one of the reasons why I really like what Sample Seattle does, is because some of the people that I really jive with and have helped me in my life are people who like that type of stuff, that complexity, that culture that we offer, especially. So that's why I'm excited. I'm just excited for this, to meet you guys and just be here with Lee.
So we go. And as I said, we rabbit hole, but we always come back around the circle to the point. And the point on Sunday night is we have one more band, and that band is going to feature music from bebop.
Oh, yeah.
To fusion.
Yeah.
And the name of that band is Thelonious. And the reason that band is called Thelonious, it's an homage to my late cousin, the very famous pianist and one of the inventors of bebop, Thelonious Monk.
That's right.
And so as I smile and say to people, my cousin was all about the bebop, and I'm all about the fusion. So that is why the band will play a range, a spectrum from some of my cousin's favorites and most famous songs like Round Midnight, Straight Chaser. And then we'll morph into more modern stuff. We'll go into stuff like Stanley Clarke, George Duke. Right. So we'll get the full experience of, as you say, the complexities and
this is what I'm talking about.
And so, right. And the idea is this is not a concert, it's a show, it's an event, it's a happening. It's something that you will be able to talk about weeks later and say, you know what? I've gone to concerts before and I've gone to shows, but the experience I had here in the warmth and the friendliness of things and how I felt when I left, I just felt good. And that is what we want. We want you to just feel good.
Yeah, just have a good time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say.
So we've covered the concern about people having accommodations, because again, this is something that is an issue. Leavenworth is close, but not that close.
Yeah.
Because you have to go up the mountain to get there, and for some people, that 2-hour drive is not when they want to make at night coming home.
Yes.
And that was one of the reasons why, again, because hey friends, we're going to be doing this, and you go, hey, yeah, Lee, we'd love to come out. This is one of the best ideas, and if this was another year, and if we hadn't been laid off, and if we didn't have Christmas, and if we weren't buying all these gifts, your ticket prices aren't what's killing us. It's, where are we going to stay? And as we said, a great alternative is 25 miles down the road.
Yeah.
An easy drive from Wenatchee, or a little bit closer, a little more money, but a little closer, Kashmir. So those are your options for those people who don't want to make that drive back after the show.
Wonderful. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, just don't forget it. And the most important thing, like if you really want to make sure that you get those good tickets, is just getting in early. Otherwise, you're going to lose that opportunity. And so just remember, book now.
Like they say, those who procrastinate do just that.
Exactly.
I was going to be at that show. I knew I was going to. I put money aside, but then this happened, and then there was a football game, and then there was the bar, and then there was that TV show that I liked so much, and then all of a sudden I forgot again, and then time went on again, and then my wife bugged me and said, honey, I want to go see that show. You promised me that show. All right, honey, I'm going to get them tickets. And then time went on again. Then my wife tapped me on the head and said, honey, the show's 3 days away. Have you got those tickets yet? Well, don't worry, honey. I'm going to go right now and get them tickets. And when you go right now, those tickets aren't there. What do you tell honey?
Yep, exactly. I mean, anybody who's had that experience knows how awful it is.
Right.
So that's the reason why we recommend doing it now. Right. And I don't know what else to say, man.
I think that pretty much covers it.
That covers everything for the show.
Really.
If you do want to learn more about any of the band and stuff, it's on the website. If you want to learn more about me, you can find me on the website, or you can go to my website at booktailornow.com.
Exactly.
You can see some of my live performances. And there's going to be a new reel coming up, too, on there as well, if you want to see some.
No, actually, in the next couple of days, you'll be able to see a new reel about our host.
Yeah.
It'll have some of what he's done, some of his footage, and it's all about him being featured as the host of our brand new variety show, Sample Seattle.
Wonderful. All right, guys.
All right. As always, when we get ready to get out of here, I want to give you some country courtesy. So, one more time, hey, country courtesy, and we're out.
We're out.